Hi everybody, it's the Vision Impaired Gamer here, and welcome to part 2 of me reading the story blah blah blah, if I can say that correctly. Welcome to part 2 of me reading the story scrolls from the Swordy Quest Beyond section thing. There we go, that'll do. In the previous episode, we started reading journals from a guy called Alistair. He is like a clerk person, security person thing who's not happy with his job at the moment, but then again, is anyone? And so he wants more power. He saw something happen. He saw a thief fly up from the beyond up to the sky. Well, what we think is the beyond up to the sky. He saw the crack in the orphanage cellar 4 forming, and of course the things dropping down that will eventually become the relics that those children from the Fantasia story scrolls will have. We also started reading little bits of the thief's cipher, where he said that his escape had failed and that a few things dropped, and those are of course the things that I just talked about just then. Wanting a lot of power, Alistair is now on his way to the beyond. He's walking through the portal and all that. He's hoping to consult with the court of the underground peoples and get good stuff and be rewarded and get all the power and whatnot. Will he get all the power he ever wanted? Will we find out who the thief is? Will I get to the end of this episode without making lots of mistakes? 2 out of those 3 of these questions will probably be answered. The third one I can answer right now, and that is yes, I'll make a lot of mistakes and it will take me forever to edit. Anyway, let's begin with Journal August. Journal of Alistair, the 29th of August. The outer court of Hades is vast and exacting. Silence lay over the place like law. Attendants of smoke and iron received my dossier without interest, stamped it with a character that meant filed where it cannot trouble us, and made me wait. I refined my report while the hours unspooled. Vector of descent, luminous residue, mortal witnesses, none but me, and probable anchoring of the relics in northern lanes. I rehearsed every sentence until each word felt machined. When the reply came, it was a single page. Superfluous. The identity of the transgressor is known. Mortal counsel not required. No seal of gratitude, no audience. My genius bounced off a gate and fell back like a dull coin. Womp, 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 womp. Oh dear. Got there a bit late, my friend. They've all discovered what happened. I mean, we don't know yet, and you don't know yet, but they know. So what I suggest you do now is you go around to their archives, sneak in there, and you find the identity of the thief, and at least then you know. You might not get all the power and whatnot you want, but at least you came there for something, and like going to the beyond and all that. So, anyway, just go do that. Have fun.
Orphic Decree 2, heading. Orphic Decree, supplementary ruling, Ari Alistair, mortal intercessor. Decree on mortal arrogance. Let the self-appointed messenger known as Alistair be informed that his report on the breach is classified as superfluous insight and an affront to economy of process. The identity of the transgressor was entered into the ledger prior to his arrival. The court neither requires nor rewards advice from mere mortals, especially on matters already in hand. The petitioner is dismissed without prejudice or audience. Marginalia, clerk's hand. He kept asking for a title.
Damn, son, the Orphic Decree just roasted him. He was like, nope, we're not having him. Goodbye, go away, goodbye. Fuck. Anyway, we're now going to move on to Thief's Cipher C. Thief's Cipher C, on the reverse of a revoked underworld travel route. Edges scorched.
The act of vengeance. Before their court could slap its maze upon me, I stamped a curse on that tattling mortal before these chains went cold. He wanted Sighted power. I made Sight his prison. Bind the nerve to the seam. Multiply pupil to plate. Deny sleep and forgetting. Let him mind other people's business forever as a wall of ice. Call him Watchman. Call him Argus. Let Hades ignore him. My spite will keep him useful.
Well, snap! Well, Argus, you say? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! If that isn't the name of the boss in Ironland Castle in the Beyond. Right, so that's where that one came from. We know where the other three were from, and now we know where the Argus is from. For those wondering, that's where he's from. The poor thing just wanted to be a watchman and get some recognition and power and whatnot. He's got that now. But hang on, if the thief stopped the court from knowing, the court doesn't actually know, so they must have been given false information or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out, though, who they actually are. Anyway, we're now going to move on to Journal September. Journal of Alistair, the 15th of September. I left by the same door, carrying my perfect report rolled in my fist. I told myself I would find the thief and wring from him a confession worth more than any god's nod. At dusk on the rim road, the wind turned against me and a shadow crossed the ground without a body to cast it. A voice spoke from behind my left ear and right at the same time.
Little Clark, you showed the king where I ran. You tattled to the marble walls.
I turned. There was nothing, only a smear of heat like breath on glass.
Sight is what you wanted,
the voice said.
Have all of it.
I fell to my knees as the world sharpened past usefulness. The curse began there, not in a court, but in a petty flick of a thief's annoyance. Not judgment, spite. Right, so now we've seen the transformation from Alistair to Argus, from Alistair Argus's perspective thing. We saw it from the thief's perspective, and we now see it from his actual perspective, and I did the voice again for it, of course. Anyway, let's move on to Thief Cipher D. Thief Cipher D, a lattice of ink diagrams, circles becoming eyes becoming walls.
The curse deepens. He crawls. He counts cobbles to pretend at control. His new eyes open along his arms like coins pressed into the flesh. He whispers measurements through bloody teeth. Good. Precision will be his chain. Let the city learn not to stare.
Oh dear, not much to say about that, except it's more of the same thing, it's just getting even worse. Let's now read Journal October. Journal of Alistair, the 11th of October. Wait, shouldn't we just be saying Journal of Argus now at this point? Because he's Argus, Anyway. Terror has consumed me. The curse crawls outward like frost on glass. New eyes open on my skin like blisters of light. Every grain of dust is a planet colliding. Every lantern is a falling star. Every heartbeat in the street is a drumline announcing war. I cannot blink. When I close the eyes I was born with, the new ones continue. They do not understand discretion. I sense the relics like bells under river ice. The necklace dims rooms where kindness used to live. The ring tightens hands into gates. The amulet teaches boys, young James among them, that laughter can be a blade. I see these things without wanting to. The thief's voice only visits me to remind me that my sight only sings because I deserved it. I scratch my arms until the eyes there bleed tears of light. Nothing helps. I am drawn back toward the breach, not by duty, but by gravity. Well, it really is getting worse. He is literally seeing everything, quite literally everything, and hearing a lot of things too, by the sounds of it, like the heartbeats and the drum lines and all that. But he's seeing what is going on during the time of the Fantasia Story Scrolls. He's seeing Alara turn into the Wicked Witch, Snow Queen thing, whatever you want to call it. He's seeing Peter turn into the Sandlord. He's seeing Jimmy turn into the demon. Sorry I gave you all the spoilers for the Fantasia Story Scrolls, but if you haven't read them by now, then I'm sorry. If you haven't listened to them right now, then I'm sorry. But you haven't been watching my videos. Go watch them, you idiot! But obviously, of course, we're seeing this from a far outside perspective. He's already a thing, Argus is, and just a matter of time before the 3 other bosses, other children, join him. Not in the same places, of course, but join him in this curse. Whatever this curse is, whatever this thief is doing, join him in it. Okay, here's Militia Report 1.
Militia Report North Patrol, Sector 7, Outer Perimeter. Date, the 20th of October. Clark, Hugh Daniels. Summary, civilian complaints escalate regarding an unnatural sight sickness in northern lanes. Symptoms, sudden nausea, vertigo, intrusive certainty of being watched, and a compulsion to orient toward the old orphanage even when lost. Children complain of too many windows in the sky. Lamps dim when people point at them. Action, increased patrol visibility, issued scarves for blindfold drills, advised households to hang thick curtains on alley-facing windows. Unofficial guidance spreading, if the air looks back, look at your shoes. Recommend quarantine consideration.
Okay, there's just some weird orphanage magnetism thingy going on here. That's a bit weird. Anyway, let's go on to the next scroll, okay? Journal of Alistair, Alice Argus, Arguster, Ali Argus, the 5th of November, whatever you want to do, I don't care. 5th of November anyway. The transformation nears its closure. My skin hardens into plates of polished stone, vein with nerves. My mouth forgets how to frame anything but reports. I can taste horizons. When I move, the city's lines try to correct themselves around me and fail. Buildings shear into wrong angles, then snap back, then not. Know this, Hades did not do this. He barely noticed me. The thief did. Their curse made me the thing I bragged of being, the perfect watcher. Immobile at the breach, 1,000 eyes nailed open. The irony is not elegant, it is cruel. If anyone reads this, avoid the direct gaze for the thing I am becoming. Look at the ground, count your steps, pretend I am a statue. It will help you survive me. Oh, that's nice. He's giving us advice on how to survive him. I don't think the other bosses did that. I still remain somewhat confused though on why when I keep killing these bosses, they all keep respawning. Maybe the thief just like respawns them. And the thief just knows everything about everyone and turns their deepest desires of things or like their worst parts of their desires into the main thing that comes out. This thief, whoever they are, is evil. Evil!
Militia Report, Officer Kalen's witness account, filed post-trauma. Date, the 8th of November. Account, we encountered the creature near the old barracks on the lip of the abandoned district. It was not a man, but a mass of rock and flesh, jointed like masonry, filmed with eyes that did not blink in the same direction twice. There was no roar, only pressure as if a storm leaned on our lungs. Sergeant Vare reported seeing the street from above and inside the stones at once. Corporal Lane wept, insisting he could see under the rust. I vomited until blood. The creature did not advance. It does not need to. Its seeing does the work. Result, patrol scattered. Recovery teams now operate by Talcroak and Whistle. Kalen under deprivation regimen. Darkness. Ear cotton. Soft food. Prognosis uncertain.
Oh, yep, that's Militia Report to everyone. They found Argus, Alistair, whoever he is now, and, yeah, things are not looking good. And for some reason, it's making people sick. That's not good.
Militia Command Memo. Strategic Order Number 21B. High priority. Eyes only. Date, the 15th of November. Subject, containment of the psych zone. Effective immediately. Establish a permanent quarantine north of Baker's Row. Post signs that do not depict eyes. All sentries to wear veils at Halfmast and carry black mirrors for signaling without sight lines. No personnel shall cross into the cordon under any circumstance short of citywide evacuation. 8 calls originating within are to be disregarded. Recordings indicate some are echoes with no speaker. Remember, we cannot fight a wall by staring at it.
Well, there's Militia Report 3, everyone. So the whole Northern Row is getting cordoned off, and because they're afraid of the Argus that is there, and yeah, bad things are still happening.
Orphic decree final verdict on the thief of the three falls. Declaration of punishment. The thief is located. Judgment rendered. Exile is imposed to the millionfold maze, a corrective lattice of parallel realities constituted to exhaust all strategies of escape. The sentence is continuous and recursive. Petition for clemency. Denied. Pursuit. Concluded. Collateral instruction. Any maledictions cast by the thief upon mortals during flight are to be considered externalities, not liabilities of this court.
And that was Orphic Decree 3, everyone. That had like a conclusion in it, but it still didn't tell us who the thief was. It said that it was captured, but it didn't tell us who they were. Oh, and they've also gone to like some parallel maze thingy, gone to like all strategies of escape. Could that be? Hold on. I've got an idea. Could this parallel maze thingy be the infinite? And could the thief be the supposed Shadow King? Something to think about.
Orphic decree. Determination regarding the fickle watchman Alistair/Argus. Consolidated aftermath and monitoring. Finding. The mortal called Alistair suffers a persistent curse of oversight, demonstrably sourced to the condemned thief, not to this court. The condition anchors him to the mortal locus of the breach and produces secondary stabilization effects. Disposition. The court declines intervention. No resources will be expended to relieve, reverse, or weaponize the condition. Observers are cautioned to avoid direct engagement with the watchman's gaze. Quarantine advisories to be issued to mortal administrations at their discretion. Notice. The emergent entity named by mortals as Argus functions as an incidental seal. While unsanctioned, the effect is serviceable. The breach exhibits reduced variance where the watchman's sight is strongest. Surveillance continues via standard non-interference protocols. No memorialization of the mortal's former identity is required. Advisory. Mortal records that agitate public unrest may be edited by local authorities without censure from this court.
Okay, there's Orphic Degree 4. The thing was, I barely understood that, did you? There was lots of big words. It was freaking speaking clever sausages. Sounds like whoever wrote it swallowed the dictionary for dinner. So they're talking about Alistair, Argus, and like saying it's not the court's fault. It's really not. It's not our fault. It's the thief's fault, which it is, of course. And that no one is to look at them and like not to worry, and it could be bad, but don't worry. Something, I don't know. We are now going to read Thief's Cipher E. Thief's Cipher E, etched into the inner stone of the millionfold maze.
The infinite revenge. They think a million rooms is a tomb. It is a workshop. I will braid torment into tools until the braid frays. And then I will pull another thread from another world. Tell the watchman he keeps my gate for me. Tell the court that forgetting me will be their final mistake.
Well, did you notice the word infinite in there? I certainly did. Surely it must be that the thief is the Shadow King. I mean, technically, we're not really meant to know the Shadow King exists yet. But we know it from the release notes and also, like, the other stuff and, like, yeah. So, if you know, you know. If you don't know, well, now you know anyway.
Militia Report 4. Heading. Militia Field Observation. Note on local geometry. Date, the 10th of December. Observer, Charles Jensen Surveyor. Filed posthumously. Observation. Instruments fail inside the cordon. Angles refuse sums. Streets refuse to meet themselves. A tower we erected appears inside out today and is again normal at dusk. I marked a straight path with chalk and returned to find my line curved back to my boots. Hypothesis. The watchman's gaze enforces a geometry of attention. Not of stone paths exist where he lets them be noticed. The city is becoming a maze made from the act of looking. Final note in margin. If anyone reaches this page, stop drawing maps. Tyro, count heartbeats.
Okay, so whoever this guy is, yeah, things aren't looking good for him too. Like it says, filed posthumously, that means after death, so obviously he died. And yeah, he must have gone too near bad things. And by bad things, I mean Argus. We are now moving on to Journal December. The following is not written in ink, but deeply gouged into page by a sharp repeating point, leaving trails of dried blood and pulverized stone. Dust. The words are a desperate, fractured command from the entity now known as Argus. Guard. The boundary must be held. The children are touching the forts. Guard the boundary. Do not let chaos pass. Do not let them take what I saw. Guard! 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 The sight must be held. My eyes are the walls. Guard! 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 If I cannot be the master, I will be the prisoner. Guard! Between each word are sketches of circles that become eyes that become walls. The mark of dominion repeats until the page is a maze. Well, that was a lot. Okay, so we've got like these sketches. Someone saying guard over again. Look, yeah, this is getting terrifying. And this is Militia Report 5. As this is the last story scroll, I'm gonna read it myself. Militia, final assessment, Argus Zone. Date, the 28th of December. Conclusion. The entity termed the fickle watchman Argus cannot be neutralized by conventional force or sane observation. The Northern District is, for military purposes, a living boundary. Recommendation: update the civic charts to mark the Argus Zone as unchartable wasteland. Expunge the clerk Alistair from public registry to prevent cult formation or pilgrimages. Train messengers to route around the perimeter and never cut across for speed. Addendum: if the zone responds to stories, tell no stories about it. Well, everybody, that's the end of the Beyond Story Scrolls. Thank you all so much for listening. It was quite an adventure. We had this guy Alistair wanting to be the best clerk in the world. He got that by becoming Argus, basically. We've sort of got some clues to who the thief is. I think it's the Shadow King. Will I be right? I guess I'll find out later. But for now, that's it. The next video will be the Dragon and Shark defeat, and that will be awesome. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody!